never wary, I wanna be legendary.
We are live! Woohoo! Guess who forgot to make his stuff public? That's right, guys. This guy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, guys? I know none of you are in here because I'm not sending out any notifications, so that's always fun. Good times. We'll see what happens if anybody even comes in and hangs out in the chat. Let's give it a second. We'll jam to some tunes, and I will send out some links and see if we get anybody in here. Unbelievable. Totally forgot. It's all right. I'm good at this. This is what I do. Yeah. No, just kidding. Good times, though. I don't know what you guys have been doing. We went fishing today. That was a lot of fun. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Sending some stuff out and share. Okay, good. And that's done. All right. So what's up? Talking to myself. It's cool. So we had a lot of fun today. For those of you guys that were hanging out, I'm all like disheveled and stuff, and some of you guys will watch this later on, and that's cool. I appreciate it. I didn't even realize I had this thing as unlisted. Blows my mind, dude. Blows my mind. Like I said, I haven't even showered. I didn't even get anything to eat yet. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Nothing I can do there. All right, let's fix a couple of cameras. I didn't even get set up. Cut to commercial. All right, there we go. Things are working again. Things are working again. Let's get it all back together. All right, it's just us. I don't know if any notifications are going to go out or what's going to go on, but nonetheless, guys, what's happening, Beards? That's tonight's episode. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about a couple of different things we did today. I'm trying to get this Let's View thing up here. Let me try to get that done real quick. Let's go here. And we'll go here and let's see. There it is. All right. Nice. All right. And that looks like that's good. Good to go there. Okay. Give me 1 second so we can go do. Nope, that's not it. Yeah. So good times, man. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. That's it. So we got that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right, that's done there. Sorry, guys, I'm in the middle of doing something here. I'll minimize that. Let me see if this thing even works. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? I forgot what it's called. It's called phone capture, and this should be it. Okay. What the? Okay. So let's see what comes up here if I need to have this thing on screen or what do I need to do here. Is that sharing it? I don't think it is. Let's see what happens. I'm testing stuff. You know, tonight's that night. Okay, that did not come up. All right, I don't know why. Give me 1 second. And that's it. Okay, good. All right, so that's working now. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. That pretty much takes care of everything there. So what have you guys been doing, man? Any of you guys been out fishing? Anybody find themselves doing anything cool recently? I know I have. I have been fishing. It's been a lot of fun, man. Today we're going to talk about a few things, guys. We're going to get into some neat stuff. We're going to talk about the new lake we went to today, and then we're going to do some tackle unboxing. That's always fun. You guys down with that? Let's do this, man. Yeah, so went to a new lake today, guys. Let's go ahead and just rock on, man. Let's go right into it. I don't know who all's here. I don't know who all's hanging out, but appreciate you stopping by. We're gonna go ahead and get started here today, guys. Let's check this out. I forget what this thing is called. I have got so many things. There it is. That's it. All right, guys. So today we went to a little lake. Well, it's not really a little lake. Today we went to, oh my goodness, cancel. All right, stop doing whatever it is you're doing, charts and graphs. Stop doing it. All right, guys, here's where we were today. We were at a place called Henderson Lake today, guys. For those of you that were wondering where we were at today, we were at this place called Henderson Lake. We put in right here at the boat ramp. We continued right here under the bridge. We got under the bridge. We went all the way back to this corner and found absolutely nothing. And then we came down here and went all the way down to this Eden Park boat ramp. Look at that, guys. If we'd have made a left, it would have been fire. I knew it too. I saw that happening. They got bass there, and that's Henderson Lake, and this is Henderson Lake. So that's just another part of Henderson Lake we went into today. Oh, look, there's another bridge. What is all this? Is this another lake? I'm not quite sure what this is. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, pretty neat stuff, man. I guess this is all part of Henderson Lake right here, but this is where we were at today. I wish we would have taken that left because there are bass. It's giving me bass signs right there. We tried to run around a little bit today. What a neat lake, though, you guys. Seriously, what a stinking cool lake. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot, man. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, guys. I'm all discombobulated tonight. You know, the norm, dude. Okay. We got stuff going on. We got all kinds of chaos and nothing's updated. And I get home and everything needs to be updated. So we get it all updated. But nonetheless, you know, something's got to give. So we're going to have to make this do and do what we can, right? That's how we roll. Because we're doing it live. Yeah, so we shot over to Henderson Lake. That was pretty cool, man. I want to get into Little Henderson next. There's a couple places in here I want to check out, man. I mean, 16-foot, 21-foot holes, 22-foot holes. I mean, next time we go, we're going to take the trip into Little Henderson. We hit a couple of bridges today. We went under this one bridge over here. And like I said, we just pretty much tooled around in this area here. And then we went down here and we tooled around on this area here and a little bit down here. But look at that. Cadella's Heritage Sport. I didn't even see that. But we have got to get on the other side of this this Henderson Lake thing and find out what's going on here. Oh, whoops. I don't know why that did that. There is a lot to this lake, man. Largemouth bass. Oh, guys, we're going to have to get in this. You understand what I'm saying? We're really going to have to get in this, man. We're going to have to make this happen. We're going to have to get in on this thing and do some real serious electronic searching here and get around this corner and see if we can't figure out where these people are catching these bass here. Because we were right there, but I didn't have my phone linked to my my unit, so... You know how that goes, man. You know how that goes. Nothing's linked up. You know how I roll. Just like, you know, there's no notifications going out because, you know, I was in private and then went into public mode. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm doing something. There it is. All right. Phew, I'll tell you what, that got a little crazy. Yeah, all kinds of stuff open, all kinds of stuff going on. But nonetheless, man, it's a pretty good day. I was pretty excited about today. I had a good time. We got some cool stuff to show you guys today, man. We'll talk a little bit about the adventure, though. I've been wanting to go to that lake for a while. Sorry about all the hookup issues as far as GoPro and all the issues that thing's having. I have no idea what's going on with the GoPros, dude. I really don't. It's getting to that point, man, where... I don't know. We're just going to have to start going live from the phone and not dealing with all that stuff. So then this way we're not having to deal with all the issues that come with going live from the GoPros. You know what I mean? I need to remember what camera to look at. It has been weeks, you guys. It's been weeks. I miss you guys. I miss hanging out. I miss your musk. The smell of your musk. Like I said, I'm all disheveled, man. It's terrible. I'm like really nastied up, tired, haven't showered, got off of work, haven't even eaten dinner. But you know what? None of that stuff matters. None of that stuff matters. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't matter because today we had fun. We went out on a new lake. We caught some fish. That was pretty exciting. There's nothing better than catching fish on a new lake. We also went out and did some pretty interesting searching around, but we learned a lot about our equipment. The only problem I've been having, man, is for some reason GoPro's been dropping streams, man. Just every time I hook up to it, GoPro seems to be dropping streams. So we'll figure it out, dude. We'll figure it out. And unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get home in time to send out notifications, so nobody's going to see this anyway. So this is just kind of like episode 69 is like just me hanging out with me, and I think that's it. There might be one other person hanging out. It's probably my buddy Steve, because he's just hanging out. So he's just like, yeah, I'll take a watch, see what Jay's doing. Anybody wants to know what Jay's been doing, you can see it pretty easily. You can just, ask me. There's about a 99% chance I'm probably fishing. About a 99% chance I'm fishing. That's just the way I roll. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, it is what it is, It is what it is. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Hey, Shawanda, what are you doing? Yeah, no notifications, Shawanda. No notifications all. We went out fishing today a bunch of times, and we had a bunch of issues, and things didn't connect and things didn't turn on. So, it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. I didn't get home till late. Computer needed updates. Everything needs an update. I skipped half of them. So, and then YouTube, I didn't get back in time to do an actual notification send out. So I just ended up doing like, I was in private. I was in, well, let me rephrase that. I was in unlisted. Yeah, no notification. Just happened to see you went live. Yeah, thanks, Shawanda. Yeah, no, I had it unlisted. I'm not going to lie. I was doing some testing yesterday. On the wireless mics, and wow, look at that, there's something missing. I was doing some testing yesterday on the wireless mics, and I was doing it in unlisted. So now that that's occurred, none of the videos are going to be listed. Well, this video won't be listed, but the notification didn't go out because I clicked public halfway through testing. So yeah, no notifications are going out when you do that. I now know that for a fact. So no big deal. No big deal. Shawanda, you want to see some cool baits? We're going to go over some cool baits. We're going to do that. That's going to be fun. All right, you ready for this? Let's do this. All right, so I got some new baits, man. I'm pretty excited. We're gonna kick this off. We're gonna check out some new baits, and then we're gonna go on with the evening. So before the night gets started, let's do this. Because I'm like a tinker toy kind of guy. Like I like little tinker things, but like these things are important because these things are gonna save me a lot of time, and I'm gonna show them to you. So we're gonna go through it. Let's do it. Come on, Shawanda, me and you. Let's go. There's going to be some people mad, though, that there was no notification sent out because there was people that were excited about this. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, I want to see what you got. I want to check this out. Okay, so this total nerd day. So I got like a bunch of poles. A lot of your more expensive poles, they don't come with a hook keeper. They're not on there. There's just not on the rods. So this company right here called Cali Clip makes these clips that go on the bottom of your rod that'll hold your bait. They'll hold your hook, they'll hold your stuff for you, and they come in different sizes. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple of different sizes because I've got different size rods, and then these are going to become my hook holders. See, as you can see, check it out, look. So you hook it on there, and then you stick your hook in there, so you don't have to worry about hooking it up on anywhere else and chipping all your stuff up. So that's pretty cool. Cali clips, just, you'll see them. We'll talk about them. They'll be out there. But I got to show these to you. These are pretty cool. These are the piece of resistance. You want to see these, Shawanda? Check these out. So I watched my buddy like totally kill it. Killed it. You'll see how they work, Shawanda. I'll show you. We're going to go over them in a live stream. But last time Outlaw and I were down at Headwaters, man, his buddy, Pat, gave him this awesome 6-inch, 6th Sense fast sinking trace bait. Hey Brandy, what's up? Brandy made it just in time for the unboxing. Hold on one second. Shawanda, you missed live fishing today. Hey, what's up, Trisha? Trisha made it too. Look at that. Brandy made it. Trisha made it. Yeah, but no notification. But that's okay. But we fished today for a while. We're going to fix that GoPro issue. I'm telling you right now. We're going to figure that whole thing out. And no, you're not being flagged. You're good, Brandy. For some reason, you're fine on this one. So as crazy as that sounds, I don't know. But yeah, so back to what I was talking about. So Buddy totally killed it the other day, right? And it was absolutely ridiculous. And I was like, what are you throwing? And he's like, yeah, so my buddy gave me these. Well, he's got fast sinking trace baits, right? So we're going to show these things because I'm pretty excited about this. These things, they're not cheap. You understand what I'm saying? They're not cheap at all. But I'm thinking that a lot of it like goes into the packaging. Look at this thing, dude. This packaging just screams expensive. You understand what I'm saying? Look, it's got a fancy box and stuff. I mean, for the cost of the bait, I'm going to tell you right now, like 9/10 of it probably went to the box. But let's get into them so I can show you guys what I got. This is a trace from 6 cents, slow sink. I like the slow sink, and this is probably my favorite one of all. This is Live Shiner, and I watched Buddy absolutely crush it on this bait. Dude, look at this thing for realistic. Look at that tail just fluttering. Guys, this thing right here is going to crush it. Now, it comes with a spare tail because the tail isn't hard plastic. The tail is soft plastic. So the tail will need to be replaced periodically, but it's got a nice little groove that the tail goes in. You guys see that? Look at that thing, dude. Does that not look like that's going to get snatched on, dude? This thing is going to get smashed. And I wanted to take this out today and fishing in that lake that we were in, the special lake. Now, I told everybody we were at. Yeah, so this bait is what I really wanted to fish when I was down there, but I couldn't because we hadn't like unboxed it yet. But this is the Live Shiner. Pretty excited about that one, not gonna lie. But I got one more that I got to show you because this one I think is gonna be fire. I seen this Live Shiner one in action and it was fire. Buddy crushed it. I mean, he absolutely crushed. He crushed it to the point where a fish broke this thing off, this exact bait. Which, by the way, like I said, the packaging is worth every bit of the money that you spend. You know what I mean? It is a beast, Shawanda. That's what I'm saying. These things are not that heavy though. They are 1.65 ounces, just so you got an idea. And the 6-inch trace from 6 cents. Not a really heavy one, considering like I've got some down here like the Gandrel, and that I don't know if it's a 6. I think it's an 8-inch, but that thing's like 2 3/4 ounces. Totally breaks things. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it'll tear your rod up if you're not careful. Yeah, every comment, Trisha. You should have been there. It was crazy. Guys, here's another one. We got another trace slow sinker, and this one is in live bluegill. Let's check that out. Oh, did I switch? Oh, I did. You know what? Sorry, guys. That last color was live bluegill. This one. No, this is live bluegill. Okay, so I'm right. Yeah, I didn't mix it up. Let's check this out, you guys. And this is why I really wanted to do this unboxing today. Dude. Look at that. Does that not look like a bluegill? Look at the red underneath, the blue behind the eye. We've got the perch tiger stripe. Look at that tail. Look at that tail action. Just sitting still. I'm not a shaker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry to hear that, Trisha. It's all right, though. You're here now. And we hope he's doing better. Look at the tail. I mean, when this thing swims, this is going to be absolute fire, dude. Fire. Look at that. Is that not going to look impressive? This thing, I think this thing at that lake, if I work this thing around in the same places that I was working around today, I think I can draw out some of those bigs. I really think I can draw out some of those bigs that we were at that lake we were at today if I go down there throwing something like this. So again, just over 1.5 ounces, so I can throw this on a single heavy. I don't need to worry about getting really crazy. Treble hooks, though, I mean, it is what it is, but you can guarantee another live stream from that lake today, from Henderson Lake. I really think that's going to be a good idea. I think we're going to have a good time. I think we're going to get out there, and I think we're going to find some stuff. We're going to get around, and we're going to make sure I link everything up. We're going to stay live from the phone next trip. We're not even going to try to fiddle around with this. You know, we're just going to make this happen. We're going to go out with the inclusive bait. We're going to go out with the big bait. I got a pretty good feeling the big baits are going to hit out there. Something tells me, and like I said, I got the slow sink. They make 3 different types, guys, just so, you know, ladies, if you're looking. That was great. It was pretty cool. Thank you very much, Brandy. I showed these guys earlier, Brandy, if you want to see it. Let me pull it again. Hold on one second, Brandy, and I'll show you what's going on. All right, and do-do-do, and do-do-do. Give me 1 second, and I'll show you what's going on. I'll show you where we were today, Brandy, where we went, and then where we should have gone. So hold on. Let me, we'll go back through it because Brandy's here now. All right, phone, and ba-dow. Okay, so there's where we were at today, Brandy. We were out on a place called Henderson Lake. Whoa, what is going on here? Hold on. Okay, there we go. We're at a place called Henderson Lake, Brandy. That's where we were today. This is where we took off from. This is El Boto Rampo. And we went past this hole. I went out here first. This is where I went. And this is pretty interesting because this thing's showing like 18, 19 feet at this hole. But where we went, we lost signal around this island. Remember, as soon as we got over here, we had no signal. So that's when we had all the issues. But we doubled back. We went with the phone. And now to give you an idea, okay, so red is a danger, just so you know. Red is, as you can see, that's starting to get into that 2 foot, 4 foot, 6 foot, 2 foot, 1 foot blue. That's how I've got it marked. So where we went, guys, we came in here, we hit a couple of fish here, and then we went down here, and we went to the back of this spot, okay? Then we came back out again. We came out of the mouth. We caught another couple of fish right here, and then we went across the lake. Remember that? And we saw the kids playing at the boat ramp. We hit a little set of drilla right here. Well, look, Brandy, had we have made a left, it's got bass, bass, bass. I mean, just if we would have made the left when we came out of the mouth of that little on the scenic tour that we took, it's just bass central on both sides. So next lake trip, next time we do a Tuesday fish, I think we're going to try to get out on Henderson again, and we're going to attack this side. This is also Henderson Lake, just so we're clear. All of this, take a look. This is all Henderson Lake. All this area here. Now, there's some interesting place here. Look at this, dude. There is a 20. That's Tasala Apopka Lake. And that one's also linked into the Henderson Lake chain. So we can go, we were far away. We were still in Henderson Lake, but we can venture out into 2 or 3 different lakes. I also want to take a trip into Little Henderson. Take a look at this. We got a 20-foot hole right here, but on the north side, bass, 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 bass. I mean, we've got fish markers all over on the north side of that lake. So to give you an idea, that's going to be our next trip, man. I really think we're going to make this trip. I think we're going to start here down on the south side of Henderson. We'll probably we'll go down and try this little lake side here. We'll see if we can hit a couple of bass, and we'll work this bottom side next Tuesday. And then the following Tuesday, we'll go into Little Henderson, and we'll see if we can't get back in here in this area. The only problem is this gets real shallow. This gets less than a foot. A lot of emergent vegetation. I'm hoping it's not really, really high on the vegetation because, well, you can see it says emergent vegetation. You can see the little, see those dotted lines? Those dotted lines are the travel areas. So to give you an idea, the emergent vegetation, there's just a small channel to get through there, but that's probably an open mouth moving water. And then we've got another channel that gets through here. So we can get into this area on Henderson Lake and fish every one of these areas. We're just going to have to make sure we've got these preset locations, you know, in a way that we can read what's going on. Guys, I changed the color here, so red is bad. You understand what I'm saying? Dark red is real bad, and then brown and blues. It's different colors for different things. It depends on water temperature and stuff like that because I've been utilizing the Navionics a lot more. So that's what we did today. That's where we went. I have faith in the Pearl ran great. Yeah, no, we didn't have to do anything. It was beautiful. Trolling motor was fantastic. No, but the regular motor, she fires right up. I got a couple more little tweaks to do, but you know me, man. I'm just a tweaker. I'm a tweaker. I gotta fiddle a little bit. You know, get this thing running the way I want it to. You know what I mean? And then once it's running, everything's golden, bud. We did the fuel system again. And like I said, this is pretty neat. Just to give you guys an idea, we were on fish today. What I didn't want to do was, get over here and then start catching fish and then really just get stuck there because it was already way late in the day. We spent half the day trying to get this thing connected. Ridiculous. So we're going to go live from the phone. I think that setup looked good on the phone. Did you guys enjoy that? Those of you that were in the stream, I know Brandy was. Brandy, did you like that look? Just sitting on the front like that? It was kind of weird for me. You really can't see anything. That's the only problem. But whatever. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I don't know. Maybe you guys did too. Yeah, but I'm going to get all this stuff connected. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get all this stuff connected. We're going to make sure all my spots are pre-designated on the depth finder. That'll make things a lot easier for us. And I think that's going to make it a lot more fun on the next trip. But I am really excited about today. I did name the lake. It is Henderson Lake, or Lake Henderson. No, it's Henderson Lake, not Lake Henderson. Henderson Lake. So to give you an idea, guys, this is going to be our new searching area. I had a couple of people tell me there's good sized fish out there. We're going to attack it. We're going big swim baits next time. We're going to get out on some of those flats. We're going to be inclusive, but we're going to throw bigs. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. But again, both slow sinking. They sell them in floating, slow sinking, and fast sinking. Fast sinking are a bit heavy, and those just drop right down. So we're going to see. Again, I was really wanting to throw big swim baits there today, but I couldn't bring myself, couldn't bring myself to not unbox them. You know what I mean? To not show you guys, because this is pretty fancy. This packaging is worth probably $40. You know what I mean? They charge $40 of the cost is right there in the box, just to give you an idea. These things are kind of ridiculous what they cost, but nonetheless, man, I've seen them in action and they are fire, dude. Dude, I can't wait to get back down to headwaters. Like, you have no idea. I am so stoked. But now that we've got a new little lake, 25 minutes from the house, 30 minutes with traffic, 35 depending on traffic, but nonetheless, man, we get over there, we're gonna start a little fun. We're gonna get back in there. We're gonna get back into that Henderson Lake. We're gonna really give ourselves an idea of what we're fishing for while we're over there, because I think there's some bigs over there. I really do. I think we're gonna end up finding some bigs in that lake, and it's just gonna be a question of what they're gonna be. So, nonetheless, man, we're not going to give up on that lake. We have named it. There are fish in there, but we were literally one turn from them. And I couldn't pull up my equipment because we were live from the phone. See, that's why I like having it. I like using the GoPro to go live, but after today's connection issues, until GoPro does another update, we're probably not going to do that. Yeah, so that's all I got. I didn't get really crazy. I spent quite a bit of money on these two baits right here, a little bit more than they were probably worth, but whatever. You know what I mean? They are needed. I did need some big swim baits, but nothing super heavy. I got that Gandrel, and that thing's nice, don't get me wrong, but just so heavy, dude. So heavy. And it takes quite a bit of oomph to throw it, if you understand what I mean by that. You got to really put some effort into it. Hold on, Brandy. I'm doing an adjustment here. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted it to do. Goodness, man. All right, let's do that. Okay, I'm fine with that. And then we'll take a little bit of this off. Okay, I'm fine with that. All right, yeah. So what's up, SoFlo? What have you been doing, man? We're just looking at some baits, man. We went to a new lake today. We kind of hung out. We had a lot of issues, but then we went live from the phone and we rock and rolled for a good portion of the day. That was fun. And like I said, man, we just did a little unboxing. We're going to try these slow sink trace baits out. I think these are going to be pretty sweet. We're going to get some floating ones. We're going to do a lot of different stuff. I'm looking at swim baits for the summer, man. And I'm just just looking for a place to throw them. Here at home, not so much. Not so much. I don't know. I just haven't really had much luck with big swim baits, you know, on the home lake. Now, that doesn't say that we won't get over in one of those spots where we've been crushing it with a chatterbait and just absolutely destroy it with a big swim bait. Now that we have something that I'm comfortable throwing that's not like 700 pounds, you know, because like I said, hold on one second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Swim baits are interesting, you know what I'm saying? I adapt and overcome. You know it, doing a little fishing, but it's been super busy at work. Haven't been able to get out much as I want to. Yeah, SoFlo, I know that feeling. I don't get out as much as I want to either, if you want to be honest. So, like, to give you an idea, you guys, here you go. This is a floating, this is 1 3/8 ounce, and this is, what is this? Who is this? This is a Megabass. A Megabass Vitalian. Check this out. This is a 2-part segmented body, and the color on this one is Wild Gill. So this is like a bluegill, and wait till you see this thing. But this is 1 3/8 ounce, double segmented. So there's only 2 pieces that move, and that's, you know, the tail and the body. That's what they look like. This is an interesting bait. 1 3/8 ounce. So this is about where I like to throw my swim baits. It's a little bit smaller than the other swim baits, but it's got a good gill profile to it. Got the chartreuse head, got the bit of blue on the belly. It's got the orange where the you know, shell crackers and things like that. Those are important. But this one's got a knocker in it. Take a listen. That's a big knocker. You understand what I'm saying? So this one's not going to be an open water. See now, okay, so we'll get into it. Let's talk about it. I think it's important that you guys know a little bit about this. All right, so here, I'll tell you guys a little secret. And this is how it's worked for me. Now, whether or not this works for everybody, I'm not going to put that kind of pressure on it. Let me tell you my experience, okay? So knockers, that's a knocker, all right? It's not ching, ching, ching. It's whack, whack, whack. Knockers tend to bring fish off of structure. So if you've got fish that are set up on structure, like they're on a tree limb or they're on a lay down, which we saw today, you know, where a tree lays down into the water and I've stabbed myself with this thing like 4 times. Where trees, you know, fall into the water, this is the kind of thing you want to throw over them. Now, this one's a floater with the knocker. Okay, so this type of bait right here is going to bring them off of structure. Now, when you're in open water, that's when your ching, ching, chingies, you know, like your little small BB style baits, your rattle traps or sound like rattle traps, that's when they're the most effective, is when you're off, you know, when you're just basically open water fishing. Those are your open water fishing baits. Your hard knockers, your single knocks and stuff like that, those are for triggering fish on structure. That's been my experience. Now, whether or not that holds true, I don't know. I've never really had this conversation with anybody. But I'm going to say, if I had to give it a style, I've noticed that knockers get you off structure, and then your chingers are your open water. Now, this is a Jackall Gandrill Jr., all right? These are, what is this, 5 inches at 1.5 ounces. All right, so to give you guys an idea. This is one that I tend to throw. One of my favorite ones. Interesting color on this one. This one is... What is this? This is matte bluegill. And I throw this one in the darker water. And I'll show you why. Give me a second. We'll take this thing out. We'll look at it together. Ow. All right, this is matte bluegill. Again, this is triple segmented body. Okay, when I say triple, we've got 3 parts that move. We've got a tail section that moves, a mid section that moves, and then the head. Look at that thing. This thing looks like murder. Look at it. Yeah. So you got a bit of the blue, a lot of the darks. You notice the orange on the bottom. This is going to be a darker water. In your darker water, this thing's going to be fire because it's just got that little bit of stuff to it. But listen. There's that hard knocker. So you know this is going to be pulling them off structure. Okay, but this comes in an ounce and a half at 5 inches. Okay, so to give you an idea, then your next step up from there in the Jackall series. Your next step up from there in the Jackall series is probably one of my favorite Jackall swim baits. I really don't think I'm going to ever catch anything on my lake with this thing unless like everything, the stars have to align for this thing to work on my lake. But dude, this thing right here is my beast. 6.3 inches. We're going to take it out. This is 2.45 ounces, so almost a 3-ounce bait, okay? This is the Ganterel, or Ganterel. Yeah, Ganterel with a T. Dude, tell me that thing does not look like a stinking fish, dude. Look at this. Here, I'll move the screen. Here, hold on. All right. Dude, tell me that does not look like a fish. Straight up. Like, there is no denying that that thing looks like a fish. If you've seen this thing swimming across, triple segment, but it's got the hard tail. If you've seen this thing swimming by, you would honestly think that this thing is a fish, dude. This is a crazy one. And this one is in RT Bluegill. This is RT Bluegill. This thing right here is a killer, boy. This is a big boy. Caught a lot of fish on this thing. You can see when fish hit this thing, see where my pinky is? How it's all scarred up? Dude, fish, I've hit so many fish with this that they've broken it. Look. So there's a fin, right? A stabilizer fin. They've broken that one right off. Like that's how aggressively fish hit this particular type of lure. They hit it to the point where you're breaking plastic. You know what I'm saying? And that's ridiculous, dude. But again, you're talking about we're throwing almost 3 ounces. It's almost 3 ounces. 2.45. 2.5 is closer, than anything. But yeah. So the Ganterel is another one I like to throw. I'm really looking for a place where I can use this stuff other than down south, because down south, this kind of stuff's where it's at. You start throwing these big swim baits like this down south, you're going to have a fire day. You're going to hook up with a giant. But you throw these things where I live and you could spend all day casting and not hit a thing. And that's the problem. I'm looking for something that's right in the middle, that's not too big that fish run from it, but it's not too small that it ends up just getting like every dink in the lake, like, maybe a little a half-ounce rattle trap or something. It's pretty much just going to catch whatever. These baits hit big fish. They are specifically for big fish. So when we get down there next time, I think we're going to go around that corner. I think we're just going to motor right over to where we were. I think we're going to set up. We're going to make that left, and we're going to pound that whole side over there. We're going to get inclusive. We're going to throw the jackhammer. We're going to have a chatterbait moving bait running, and then we're going to go right into the swim baits and hopefully pull something in like 5, maybe 8 pounds out of there. That would be fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's really what we need. What we need is like a bomb day. We really do. We need to go out and have like one of those awesome days like we had last time when we were out there throwing the chatterbait. You guys know the one. That was absolutely a fantastic day. But we've got a lot of stuff. Oh, wait a second. What in the world? Okay. All right. Don't need that. Don't need that. And let me X out of that. Let me shut this down. All right. Sorry, guys. It's just making beeps and stuff like that in the background. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked, though. I think we can do some damage, dude. I think we get out there on this next trip, man. We're gonna have some fire, dude. We're going to have some fire this next trip. I got a feeling that this time everything's going to be different. Shawanda asks, have I ever fished in other states? You know, it's funny you say that, Shawanda. I have fished. Let me see. Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Michigan. I have fished in Missouri. I have fished in Illinois. I have fished in Minnesota. I have fished in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania. And yeah, so like 13, maybe 14 different states. Yeah, no, this is what I do, Shawanda. You know what I mean? I've spent my whole life doing this. I really have. My whole life I have spent fishing. Ever since I was a little kid. My dad used to take us fishing like daily. You know, but back then we used to just fish on the bank. So it wasn't like what we're doing now. What I'm doing now is I took my dad the other day. He was just blown away. He was absolutely blown away. He was like, this is nothing like fishing like anything I've ever done. You know, it's fast paced, it's constant, it's move, it's cast. There's really no thought to it. There's no time to think. You don't have the ability to think. You're just out there trying to kill it. You're limited on your time. You've got so much space and no time to establish a pattern. You're just literally out there on the grind. And that's okay. You know, like I said, my dad's older. He's in his late 60s, but he enjoyed it. My son, he doesn't have the stamina yet. You know what I mean? But he likes going out on a boat trip, and that's cool. And he goes out. He was the only one to catch a fish the other day. But yeah, what it is, Shawanda, is I was in the military. Oh, Alabama. I was in the military, Shawanda. So, you know, when I wasn't that guy. You know, I really wasn't. Because of my job, I really couldn't hang out with people, unfortunately. So I kind of spent a lot of time by myself. So my biggest thing was like I would just literally grab a fishing pole and roll out. There's always somewhere to fish close to where you are, you know, and that's the whole thing, man. I just literally just fished. Everywhere I went, I would fish, whether it was because every military base has a golf course. And when they're not golfing, dude, I'm out there fishing on the golf course because they're not going to kick us off. You understand what I'm saying? Like MWR, mental wellness and what is it? Recovery or whatever they call it, MWR. Yeah, they won't stop you from going out and fishing on the golf course. If nobody's golfing, they'll let you go out and fish it. It's just part of their day. And they also plan a lot of fishing trips. Like that was one of the cool things. I was always authorized POV, so I was allowed to bring my car wherever I was stationed. So when I had a day off or something, I would just go out to a local spot somewhere where, you know, I would talk to somebody at a Walmart or at a grocery store or something and, you know, strike up a conversation. And, hey, do you fish? Yeah, man. Is there anywhere to fish around here? You know, and a lot of times it's kind of sketchy, you know, because, again, a lot of people's idea of fishing is just, you know, throwing a bobber on and some live bait or a bobber and some cut bait or even just throwing some bait, you know, meat or something on a hook and slinging it out for catfish. That's a lot of people's idea of fishing is the process of just, you know, reeling it in. I'm doing something totally different. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. Maybe that's the issue, is my overcomplication of the system of fishing. But man, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dude. You know, I'm out here on the grind. I'm trying to do something totally different. I want that giant. I want to find that killer. I think that lake that we were just at today is going to produce something cool. I think if we get out there long enough, if we really spend enough time out there and we really put some time in, not just on that lake, but on the graph. Today we didn't have much graph time. I was really just getting it, you know, getting it. And I spent almost an hour playing with the streams. So we're not going to do that the next time. You know what I'm saying? The next time we go out there, we're going to be on it. We're going to be on it. We're going to go straight to where we need to be. We're going to start digging around in there. We're going to start graphing around. We're going to start throwing big baits. We're going to cycle through baits. I had a lot of pressure on me today. A lot of pressure in the aspect of between the rain. I was ready to go at noon. Thunderstorms where I live, but 25 minutes away, it was a beautiful day. And then first time at that ramp, it was the first time I'd been in that area. I told you guys the story, dude. I came back to my boat after taking my boat off the trailer. I beached my boat so I could drop the truck off, which had to be dropped off down the street at the parking area. There's a parking area down the street. And then cross a 6-lane highway to get back to my boat. So I get back there. There's a dude standing on my boat. Like I got back there and there was a dude standing on my boat. I said, bud, you want to get off my boat? Oh man, I had a boat just like this. I said, bud, you got 3 seconds to get off my boat or I'm going to take this as a threat, buddy. I counted 1, 2, and buddy jumped off the back of my boat and literally started swimming away. Like I almost went live in the parking lot when I was dropping the boat off and then, you know, going to talk to you guys and stuff. And then you guys would have just seen what some weird dude like get on my boat. Like that's how the day started. Some weird meth head from, where was I? Inverness, decided he was just going to like get on my boat. Like, he wasn't there when I got there, but then as I was pulling my boat off the trailer, I noticed he like pulled in a van, and then I got out and, you know, moved my boat off the trailer, or moved my trailer off the dock, or not the dock, but the ramp. And I watched Buddy get out of his truck. I thought he was just going to walk down to the ramp and look at the water. No. Buddy got off and walked down the bank and like got on my boat. Like, it was weird, dude. But you know, your boy's always, you know, I got the ready position. You feel me, players? I roll around in the ready position all the time. So when I told Buddy you got 3 seconds, I was not playing. If Buddy made any move towards me, it was game on. Like, and I wasn't, I'll leave you right there, buddy. I ain't even going no. We ain't talking. We ain't, no. And I think that's why he jumped off the back of the boat, because he realized that, no, this ain't going to do, it ain't going to be what you think it's going to be, meth head. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't going to work out for you at all, meth head. This is going to be a game-changing event for you, as in, like, the end is how the game's going to change. Because you've already boarded my boat, dude, which is... And I even told the dude, I'm like, he's like, well, it's not a big deal. I'm like, you walk in people's houses? No. You get in people's cars? No. I said, then what are you doing on my boat, bud? Like, I was ready to be violent. Like, I really was. And then we started the stream, and then it was the whole mess. I was under a lot of, like, when I started the stream, dude, I was under a lot of pressure. I should have been live. I'm going to start going live when I get to these places for you guys. I think, so you guys can see, like, dude, sometimes it's a mess. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes there's jerks on the ramps. Like, there's all kind of stuff. And I appreciate you guys coming out, man. Thanks, Shawanda. It's not, I mean, it's sometimes it's fun. I got the mic piece coming, so we'll be hooking the mics up to the phone. We're gonna roll phone for a while, man, and just do that front view for a little bit. I think you guys enjoyed that. I wish I could get a wider angle lens. We're gonna see if we can't fix all the GoPro stuff. We're gonna get everything hashed out. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks, guys, since our last tackle talk, man. It kind of sucks. But, you know, 4th of July and everything, and I wasn't going to fish on the day everybody in the world's out there fishing, so we kind of took a day off. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Sue me. No, I'm just kidding. I had a really good time, though. I like going out on a new lake. You guys remember what happened? We went out on that one lake twice, the one that of which we do not speak. We'll never go to that lake again. Now that I know this one's over there, it's just about 15 minutes away, dude. No, we're straight going to go. We're going that way. Only thing is, no drones on that lake. I can tell you right now, there's going to be no drones on that lake. All right, Brandy, have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you staying around today for the fishing trip. Brandy's a trooper. She's on it. She makes it happen. She stays. She comes back. She knows she's in it. She's in it. But yeah, like I said, man, I think we're going to end up back at that lake a few times. We're going to figure some stuff out. We've got a new bait selection. We're going to move into some big baits. We're going to start slinging some big baits. And I think that's going to make this trip a lot different. I really do. I think that's going to make the trip a lot different. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think we're going to end up, we might end up pulling something big out of there. Then again, if we don't, we can always fish at the house. You know what I mean? I find big fish at the house. It's not a big deal. I think these baits that we added today, I think are what I've been looking for as far as the weight. You know what I'm saying? The weight of the baits, the action on the baits with the slow sink, and size. I think the 6-inch is going to be good. We're coming into the summer. The thing I'm going to notice, and the thing you're going to notice in the summertime is, like, right now bait are between 2 and 3 inches, but within like the next week or two, maybe month or two, these things are going to get up into like 4 and 5 and 6 inches, and that's where things are going to get interesting. Bluegill are going to be popping in certain areas, which is why I got one that's bluegill, live bluegill, and then I got the other one, which is the live shiner. So I think next time we go out there, guys, I'm going to have that live shiner tied on, and we'll be ready to sling it. I think we're gonna sling that thing at some of the mouth of some of these areas that we're going in, and in transition areas like the points, like we showed on the map earlier, and secondary points which are not as far out into the water but just a little bit less, and then off those between those 2 points, those are also going to be effective areas to start working some baits. But I'm interested in checking that lake out, man. If there's something in there that's worth the fight, you know, your boy's gonna eventually find it. That's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it will make the mistake of letting me find it, and hopefully she bites. We lost an 8-pounder. on Sunday's trip. I know you guys, you weren't there for all of it, but yeah. So I lost an 8-pounder. I didn't tell you guys about that. How do you know it's an 8-pounder? You guys ask. Well, because you know how I do. Sometimes I'm like hashtag no net. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make something fantastic happen and like snatch this fish up. So I reached down. I had it in my hand. I had my thumb in the fish's mouth. Here, I can't show you because it's gonna end this. But I had it in my hand, the mouth in my hand, like over my thumb, and I grabbed it. And this fish like didn't fight the whole way in. It just kind of like laid there. That's how I know how big it is. Once I got it up and I pulled on my rod a little bit to get the fish's mouth out of the water, I reached down to grab it. As soon as that thing came out of the water, dude, that big fish did the most nasty, violent head jerk. It jerked itself right out of my hands, all cut up. It still hurts. I was picking like little bass fish teeth out of the meat of my hand all Sunday night. Like, it was gross, dude. He broke little teeth off him. That's how violent that fish was. Ripped the hook right out of its mouth and it swam away. And I just laughed to myself. I was like, dude, stop playing. Get the net. You know what I'm saying? Just get the net. You're gonna get that big one soon, I'm sure. Shawanda, you'll never catch it if you don't have a line in the water. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. The other one is just beating the spots. You know, find out where you want to fish and just beat on it. Just keep going to it. Keep giving it to it. Keep giving it to it. Like I said, again, I'm making different bait selections for this year. We might get a larger fish average. I don't know if we'll catch as many fish, but it will be exciting if we do smash one. Because, I mean, I've seen these things in action. I've seen these trace baits in action. I'm not one of those guys that turns around and he's like, yeah, I don't use that. Yeah, I won't use that. Listen, I see somebody hurting fish on a big bait. Yeah, you can bet. You can bet. There's a whole story behind the big trace bait that's just absolutely amazing. I watched a fish break one off in its mouth, and I watched this thing come out of the water like 3 minutes later trying to shake this thing out. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to see where I can use one around this area, but we're going to find it. We're going to find it. We're going to find a lake where in an area that I know we can work, and we're going to start hitting the big baits. Well, guys, on that note, we are coming up. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Sorry, no notification, man. It's whatever. I don't even care. You know what I mean? It's just we'll figure it out next week. Everything will be scheduled next week. I'll get it done Monday. The times will all be out, so we don't have to worry about setting up the stream. We'll try to get the updates done in the afternoon, like I've done so many times. But it seems like 7 o'clock is update time every time I turn around. But it is what it is, man. But guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Until next time, stay tuned because you never know what we're going to do. But we'll be back regardless, God willing, next time. Remember, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.